D Archivist. Everyone, please follow D Archivist and check out her YouTube videos. I'm now broadcasting. I turned it off yesterday because I was like, I'm popping up for 5 minutes. I don't want this to be a live. So thank you, D. I learned something new today thanks to D Archivist. And yeah, I haven't even bothered to put on makeup, Sassy. That's how much I'm over it right now. I am extremely tired and I have a lot of stuff to do today. I managed to clear off a section of my ginormous couch so that I could start organizing clothing because I'm in the family fashion raid train. Brought to you by the wonderful Angie's This and That, who's one of my mods in here. And so if you wear clothes, I mean, if you're a nudist, then it's okay. The family fashion raid train will not be of interest to you. But if you wear clothes, then the family fashion raid train is for you. So it's basically for everybody. And there might be some pet. Is anyone bringing pets this time? He keeps class numbers down. Live is working. Yay! Thank you, Dee. Hello, Angel Kisses and Brian's Thrift. Hello. View profile. 784 items sold. You live in Dallas. How cool is that? And you like watches, I see. You're like Donna, our Absolute Flipping Deals. She likes watches too. So now we know the reason why Dave hasn't gone live yet. Dave from Alberta has not done a live show yet. It's because he's actually secretly a nudist. Well, not a secret anymore. The secret's out. Angie's This and That says, beautiful people on the raid train, and I hope next show to have pet clothing. Yay! So no pet clothing this time. Thank you, Dee. Alrighty. I'm just going to stop organizing for a bit. I'm very tired, and I think I have to go into town. I have to drive all the way into town. Whatnot Louise does say you have to wear pants live. It is in the community. I mean, you have to wear something to cover that up. If you want to wear a sarong or something, that's up to you. It doesn't have to be pants. Just you cannot show your ding-a-ling. No ding-a-ling on air. That's another, yes. A skirt. You can wear a skirt. Beware of mini skirts, because if you bend over, something might pop out. Don't wear short shorts. I remember when I was like 13. Oh gosh. When I was 13, I was on the bus and this guy was wearing short shorts and he had one leg crossed over on top of the other and stuff was falling out. And it was just like, I tried to look everywhere but it was like, well, it's just not something I want to see on a bus. So definitely don't want to see it on a Whatnot show. Don't let anything fall out. There you go. Sorry, Alex Swordshare says, I have clothes for you, Dave. Slightly nibbled. Squirrel food. That's right. We like nuts, just not those nuts. Should I put that on my chicken? I don't think so. Maybe I should. I have an old belly button ring. It's too early for this. It's too early in the morning to be discussing what you're supposed to wear during a Whatnot show. But clothes are important. And the family fashion raid train is important because we all wear fashion. So I've got some Western wear that a consignor asked me to try selling on Whatnot. I will sell it on Whatnot. Not try. I don't have to try. Anthony, good morning. Thank you, Buy Now Shop 59 for putting that up. Yeah, it's going to be a great raid train. It's 15 sellers, including myself, and I've got kids' clothes that I have to sort through. I got a few bags of kids' clothes that I got from an estate sale, so I haven't even looked at them. Yes, you should assume at all times that Whatnot is lurking in your shows. That's just a good rule of thumb, is assume that somebody from Whatnot is watching and then behave accordingly. Because they can come in incognito. Although Whatnot Louise did have his egg he didn't have his Rewards club. If you want it so that nobody can, so you can be completely incognito, you need to also turn off the rewards club so that people can't see that you have rewards club, because then if you level up just by watching shows, which is the first stage for most, like everybody's got that, then you're gonna get outed during one of the shows. I do not have that feature. D asked if I have the new AI listing feature. I do not, but um yeah. He has bought from me once because it was a very good deal. Um, you haven't tested. I'm looking forward to all the little fun new things that Whatnot is coming up with. It must be a blast to be in product development and Whatnot, because okay, first of all, just imagine there's so many of us around the world, right, throwing ideas always at Whatnot. So people are like, I have this great idea, and I said it to Whatnot and they haven't done anything about it. And it's like, well, you have to understand that there's like all around the world, all these brilliant sellers are coming up with all these amazing deal ideas, and then they've got to decide what they want to do. Yes, we do need a family fashion category, like, or a general fashion category, so that you can sell women's, men's, and kids all in one show. So rather than having to switch categories. Yes, Sassy Vintage Chick says, I still want to send offers to people who have interest in items. That is a very good idea. Like you can on the Bay. Yeah. I would love that. I would love that ability. So it's not just like if somebody pins something, that's a great idea. So yes, dear Whatnot, have you put it in the spreadsheet, Michelle? Put it in the spreadsheet. I haven't put anything in the spreadsheet this month yet. I decided to slow my roll on that because I think I was getting to be a bit much. Ben, Brenda, good morning. How are you? I have a list on my phone. I save it and then I go and do it all at once, which is why it ends up being a word salad of stuff. If we all, Sassy, if we all make the same recommendation but word it differently, then it will look like it came from 3 different sources. Jane Street Market, good morning. Hi, Christine. You're in the doctor's office. I hope you're okay. And are you wearing a mask? Because sick people go to the doctors. That's why I do my doctoring online now. Oh my goodness. Hello, Peacock. How is life? Have you gotten your coffee yet? Word it multiple ways. Yes. Just you do that with your admin at work. Just word it multiple ways until you get your point across. Everybody say it slightly differently. But I mean, there's just so many great ideas. And so then they get to take all these great ideas that people come up with and then figure out which ones do we want to try out and which ones are going to work the best. And they have to like do all the like the business side, figuring out, first of all, is it possible in the current coding environment that we have, can we actually make this happen easily, or is this going to be like a whole reset, and or can we put it in the future, and what can we do ahead of time to set up so that it'll be able to work. So they have to look at like domino effect too, right? Because if they do one thing, then it'll do another, which does another. So like building towards something big is a lot of work in the background too. So I just think it's very impressive and fun. I would love to just be a fly on a wall listening to them chat about stuff and try and figure things out. I bet you their Zoom calls are fascinating. You do need a trained coffee dog, Peacock. You need one of those ones that at least can work a Keurig, and then maybe have like able to push a little cart with the coffee for you, or just have a Keurig beside your bed. Okay, so we're closer to a strike. I'm so tired of the strike. We're closer to a strike. Hopefully it's not going to happen, but the government is ordering them to go to a vote. So they're going to push it for a vote as soon as possible. So, and Donna's ordered a double cream, one sugar. Oh yeah, we're going to be meeting up next week, aren't we? I can't believe it's already almost the 15th. Like it's already halfway through the month already. And Canada Day is coming up, which reminds me, Canada Day is coming up, and down below you'll see that there's the fireworks, raid event, not a raid train, sorry, raid event. So if you have fireworks, if you're Canadian or American and you have fireworks in your town for your country's annual celebration in July, plan to do a show, you can use these. You can just open this up, or you can DM me and I'll send you the thumbnail. There's a thumbnail for Canada Day and there's a thumbnail for July 4th, and then just go live. And then when you're done your show, raid into somebody else. So put some stuff in your buy it now. If you want, you could try selling stuff in the middle of a fireworks display, but I'd say just fill up your buy it now, do some fun flash sales. And as soon as you're finished, raid into another seller who's also doing fireworks. And if we we start on the East Coast and work our way west, we'll have hours of fireworks for people to watch. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yes, Vintiquity. We're going to be ending with Vintiquity. So it's not a raid train, so you don't have to sign up. You just have to schedule your show and then go live that day. You might want to go and do a test run just to see whether or not the sound, the video is okay, like whether you've got a good signal. You might have to pick a different spot to sit, so that you get a good signal and good view of the fireworks. But it's a lot of fun. We did it last year, but our timing was a little bit off because we did it as a train, and I realized that that's tough because sometimes they wait. The fire department will say, well, you have to wait half an hour. Yes, you can sit on your deck. That would be gorgeous, Sassy, and like show off the 4th of July. Yes, Dee is delivering coffee from all the way on the west coast of the United States. So everyone put in your order, and she's delivering coffee. Yes, Peacock says you can end with me filming Vintiquity end. So just schedule your show. You don't have to use my thumbnail, but if you want to use my thumbnail, and then you can just go live, and when you're done, raid into the next person who's got fireworks. Just have someone search. If you don't already know, if you can research ahead of time. Yeah, Vintiqui says I did that a few years ago, went to the beach and shared fireworks. Yeah, it was so much fun. And I've done fireworks from my town. This will be my 3rd fireworks on Whatnot, and this year I'm volunteering for the our village committee, our party in the park. So I will be going live throughout the day from there. I'll probably be going live on. I got to figure out how if I can go live on Instagram from our account, but I'll be going live on different platforms throughout the day. But I'll be finishing off on Whatnot live and on YouTube live. And then I'll have my other phone will do it from, because you could light a sparkler. You totally could. Mav Sports, hello. So anyway, so spread the word. It's open to everybody. You don't have to be a experienced seller to do this. Just put some stuff in your buy it now and go live from your fireworks display. And yeah, if you don't have fireworks in your town, but you want to just say Happy Canada Day or Happy 4th of July and set off some sparklers, then that's fine. Do that too. But I think it's just kind of fun. It's something different, and as long as you got something in your buy it now, you're not going against terms of service. Canada Day is on July 1st. So July 1st, 1867 is when Canada was officially started as a country. That's when we basically ratified our version of a constitution. So July 1st, 1867. So we haven't been around as long in that way. I mean, obviously, the whole place has been here. Peacock Jewelry says, my relatives were here in 1645. I can't go back that far. I think so far I've only been able to trace back to 1812. So Alex Storage Share says, I only have fireworks found in storage units, hoarder house. Wonder if they will work. As long as you do it safely. It was New France then, yes. If you go to Newfoundland, you can find really, really, really old homes there. DNA turns out that you're 100% that blank. I'm 100% European. There was nothing exciting. There's a teensy tiny bit of Turkish. That's as close as I get to exciting. I was actually, to be honest, when I did my DNA, I was terribly disappointed because I wanted something interest. I just don't find being like European as interesting. I don't know. I think that's it's a ridiculous like white privilege thing to be like, I wish I had, but I really wanted something unboring. So, but according to 23andMe, because my daughter did put hers in 23andMe, according to 23andMe, there's some Turkish on my mother's side, which makes sense because I managed to trace my mother back. So my mother's my mother's grandmother, Agnes Bigger. Yeah, my mother's grandmother was a falconer. And so I looked at that, and it turns out that she came from a long line of falconers who, at one point, the falconer on the estate of the Earl knocked up the daughter of the Earl and had to marry her. And of course, she was ostracized. But then you go from there, that daughter of the Earl traces all the way back to the Norman invasion. And it was the great, 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 great of. So, yeah. You're just 100% Canadian, Christine. Absolute Flipping Deals is 99% Scottish and 1% Egyptian. That's cool. That would be so fun if you could actually trace that to figure out where in the timeline did that 1% how did that Egyptian get there? How, like, the Turkish I can get because of the Norman invasion. It totally makes sense that because there was so much from like Viking society and then France, and there was all that trade. And so D Archivist says, my fave is when folks think that they're one thing and find out that they aren't via DNA. Have you watched that show? I can't remember what it's called, but it's a UK show that I just started watching where they do, like, people have questions like, I want to know who my father is, or what heritage am I, because I was adopted, and it is so much fun. Oh my gosh, Peacock Jewelry says D and I are probably related. 1695 Egyptian. That's really interesting. Absolute Flipping Deals. Most of my family has very general names like Smith, so it's hard to trace. But I did find, and I probably already said this before, I started doing I got my husband to do his DNA, and so I was able to start doing his family tree. And it turns out that on his branch, one of his relatives, not a direct bloodline, but one of his relatives and one of my relatives were arrested together in the mid 1800s. No, early 1800s. I think it was 1820. They got arrested together in 1820 in Bristol. But it was the Redwoods' fault. The Holloway kid was younger and got off with just a reprimand, and they stole a silver watch. And the Redwood kid got sent for hard labor for a year at the age of 13, if you could imagine sending a kid to hard labor. Is an Egyptian name on my mother's side. That is so cool. Um, does it still work like that, Dave? Do you have to like prove the bloodline, like the actual blood? Your birth name is Sketchly, like the cleaners. Oh, Angie. Do you like to clean a lot or just to dry clean? Peacock says, my grandpa's grandmother was indigenous, but nothing showed up on my DNA, so I assume she was a first or second wife. Oh, that's interesting too. I found some of those where, like, clearly there were two wives, two families. I found some of those ones where, but the DNA makes it challenging. I still have a brick wall that I'm hoping the DNA will break because my great grandfather, it says that he was born in some documents say he was born in Cardiff, but I can find nothing for him under any of those names that matches in any way, shape, or form. And the only person who matches his name is definite who came to Canada around the time that he would have come to Canada in 1870s. Definitely isn't him because that person went on to have a wonderfully prosperous life, which was the opposite of my one great grandfather, great grandfather, double great grandfather. 500 Sketchleys in England. I use my mom's maiden name in Canada. Ooh, that's fascinating. It's all fascinating. It's all very fascinating. Welcome in. We're talking about, for some reason, about DNA right now. We got onto the topic and now we're stuck. One of your British ancestors was named Elizabeth Jewel Taylor. Ooh, that's fancy. On my husband's side, a bird married a bush not too long ago. Bird in a bush. I assume she was a jeweler. Well, that's where you must have gotten it from, Peacock. That's where you got your love of jewelry, was from Elizabeth Jewel Taylor. Sounds fancy. Sounds very fancy. Okay. So it's 11. It's 10:30. I don't even know what time it is right now. So feel free to share your shows and ask your questions. And I'll just do a quick, where's my phone? I'll grab this. I will grab my phone to do this so I don't have to shake the camera too much. My phone is not letting me do what I want. All right, so I'm going to pin this and just do really quickly. Oh, Dave, you should definitely do the DNA. I think it would definitely show up. D says, oftentimes when people get tested wanting the Native American indigenous, they didn't inherit the DNA from their ancestors. That is fascinating. I mean, there might be records that would show the Mi'kmaq, Dave, but yeah, even though they look it. That's a fascinating thing too about how migration patterns emerged and how you can look like a different ethnicity based on people's perceptions, but it's also based on just how many tens of thousands of years of migration patterns causing that sort of thing. Tribes also do their own DNA testing, but not all, but some. Yeah, I don't know what the rate is. Absolute Flipping Deals is related to Sir Walter Scott on my dad's side, was also grandfather's name and my dad's. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Alex from Storage Share says, follow our shows. We do live unboxing and sometimes they're slightly fun. They're always fun. And Storage Share, do you still have some of your Hoarder's House stuff left? Or are you on to your next adventure? Thank you, Angie. I know we just get off topic completely. You never know what we're going to talk about here. So Canada Post, you're doing lockers every week now. Sweet. I've got to start buying lockers again. After I clear out, I cannot buy lockers until I clear out all of this stuff first. So Canada Post strike really quickly. Today, this morning, I've not sold all my pottery, D. I've barely dented the pottery. We're just gonna live in denial. We're going to live in denial about that one. That was a really bad choice on my part, but that's okay. I will get through it eventually. So Canada Post update. So this morning, the Minister of Labor confirmed that we will be going for a strike vote. So yes, I need a pottery raid week. I need a pottery week where I just sell pottery starting first thing in the morning and go until midnight. And then I hire someone to do the shipping while I start all over again. And I might get through it all. Might. We're talking thousands of pieces, so about 3,000 pieces now. Have a great day, Alex. Stay safe. Look both ways before you cross the street. So the union doesn't want a vote. Union doesn't want it to go to a vote. They want binding arbitration. Canada Post is refusing to agree to terms for binding arbitration. So we are now in the position where the government says, okay, fine, we're going to put it to a vote to the members, and then we'll go from there. So it's going to take, it's Thursday, so it's probably not going to happen until Monday, would be my guess. They're going to try and do the vote as quickly as possible. So they can't go on strike while a vote is pending. They can't go on strike until the vote results are counted and released and confirmed and then released. So if the vote is no, then they would be in a strike position. If the vote is yes, then it's all over. And Canada Post can just lock down whatever their agreement was, and that becomes the binding contract because the union members voted yes. So it is going to be in the hands of the membership now to make the decision about whether they want to side with the union and push for a better contract and possibly go on strike, or if they want to take the offer that Canada Post is giving them. So it's all going to be, and we don't know the exact timeline, but it will be soon. Within the next week, I'm sure there will be a vote, and then it's all up to the membership, which in some ways is fair. It must be very frustrating as a member of this union to just kind of have to sit back and watch as these disagreements and tiffs just continue to unfold without any movement. So they'll have the say. They will have the say. So the people are now in charge. They will decide whether or not they want to agree to it. So there you go. That's your update for that. Da-da. Any questions about that at all? You can watch yesterday's show on my YouTube. My YouTube channel is in my show notes up there. It's The Red Rooster Shop with 2 P's and an E on the end. Long story. It was my dad's thing. It's a nod to my father, which I will probably get rid of as soon as my website's up and running. So yeah, that's it for that. That's the Canada Post strike. There is information in yesterday's YouTube video, the live section. Have a great day, Dave. Be safe. Don't do drugs, or don't do drugs that are illegal. And just have fun. Have as much fun as you possibly can. And wear pants. Yeah. Good. Good one, Angie. Yes. Dave, make sure you're wearing pants. We don't want to hear about you in the news. So yeah, you can watch my YouTube channel. I'm squirrely today. There's too many squirrels around. You can watch my YouTube channel I go through very quickly all about country of origin and the strike and what to do to prepare, but it's very simple. Sign up for as many shipping companies as you can. If you haven't researched Chit Chats yet, make sure you research Chit Chats. We will still be able to sell during a strike, so don't stop your business on Whatnot unless you live in an area where you don't have Chit Chats or FedEx or UPS or any other option to ship consolidated packages to Chit Chats. And again, you can watch my YouTube video from yesterday to learn more. And once I know when the strike is actually like the strike vote is actually going to be held, then I'll start to ramp up my preparation education based on that timeline. But I won't do it yet. Is There's a lot of people who get really kind of confused. Last week you broke a piece of Blue Mountain pottery, and I thought Kim must have stopped gas for air and wondered what happened. That was it. Oh my gosh. What do you need? What was it? Just send me a picture of what it was, and I'm sure I've got 12 of them that I can help you replace it with, because I got a lot of Blue Mountain pottery. So there's free resources down below. I've added a new sticker for summer. If you sell pottery, you tip off a big dolphin. I have like 4 big dolphins at least. Purelator is close to me. I never hear anyone using them. Why? So on Whatnot doesn't include Purelator right now on their list of shipping for Blue Mountain pottery. It is very sad when they're somewhere in an ocean, a dolphin is crying. But there is Chit Chats is working on an agreement with Purelator where you would be able to use Purelator drop-off locations to drop off your Chit Chats packages. That's what Whatnot Louise told us last month. So we're just waiting for more details. But if that's the case, that's going to be a game changer for so many of you, because Purelator is in way more locations. Yeah. So but a lot of people just don't use Purelator because it is still a little bit more expensive. And it is, yeah, pretty please. Well, I mean, it's Chit Chats needs to hurry up and roll that out. I'm sure that they're working on it as fast as they can because they know that's going to expand their business. That'd be awesome. They pick up at my house like UPS does also. Yeah, I don't think that Purelator would be able to do the pickups, but you would be able to drop off at a location if you use Chit Chats. But it's not there yet, so don't start throwing your stuff at Purelator trucks because it's not there yet. But hopefully eventually. There's now added to my resources down below is a summer sticker, a summer thermal shock label that you can use. It prints out on 4x6 labels like you use if you use a thermal printer for your labels, like I do. Then it just prints off that, or you can just print it 4 to a page on an 8.5 by 11 page. It'll shrink it down for you, and put those on your boxes if you sell glass, china, porcelain, pottery, jewelry, anything like that. Even old photographs can get damaged by the heat if you because boxes get left out on purchase. Yes, because like the glass in a lot of jewelry and enamels in jewelry can get damaged by the heat if the thermal shock, right? It's just like bringing something in from the cold and then opening it up too quickly and letting the hot air get in, and so you need to let it acclimate to the indoor conditions before you start opening the box and pulling everything out. So yeah, so just down below, if you go to my free resources, just save that QR code, click on it, click on the QR code, do a screenshot, and then you should be able to open it up in your like photos or whatever and go to that QR code. It's also in my profile. It's very simple. It's bit.ly/m/the Red Rooster. But anyways, it'll take you to that. It's a whole bunch of different links, and one of them is the new summer sticker. I think I put it at the very top. I try to put the newest ones at the top. So I just shove that on when I'm sending stuff out that could be affected by that, because things get dropped off on people's porches, right? And it's out in the sun all day, and the heat of the sun is going to make that box super hot, and the stuff inside will also get super hot. And then if you just bring it into your air conditioned house or even your cooled down house and you open it up right away, it can crack and damage the pottery. And then they're going to be on you saying, I got this, but you said this was perfectly fine and there were no chips or cracks. And then it it's all crazed. Well, that's thermal shock, baby. Did you wait? Now, granted, I never can wait 24 hours before I open up a box. Unless it was back in the day when I used to buy way too much on Whatnot and I would have like big piles of boxes of stuff I hadn't opened yet. Angie says, for more conversations and help, there is an unofficial Discord info in show notes. Yes. So if you want to join our unofficial Whatnot Canada Discord, the link is in the free resources, but it's also in the show notes. You can come and join us on our unofficial Whatnot Canada Discord, where we help each other out and provide each other with all the stuff that we need. Including if you're having if you're having trouble all of a sudden and you're stuck and you're not sure what to do on Whatnot, then just put a message in SOS and a bunch of us will answer you as quickly as we can. I mean, if it's like 3 a.m, you might not get a response for a bit, depending on who's up. But we do try and help each other as quickly as we possibly can, whenever we can. Oh, that did it. So feel free to share your shows and ask your questions. My name's Kim. I'm the Red Rooster, and I live just outside of Hastings, Ontario, Canada. And I live just above the Trent River, and I sell just about everything. And I do live auctions on Whatnot as well as in-person auctions because I'm also an auctioneer. My certificate came yesterday. My Auctioneers Association of Ontario membership just arrived in the mail, so very exciting. Gonna put that up on, I don't know where, on a wall somewhere. Absolute Flipping Deal says, crystals on watches shatter. I leave special instructions to open the door and place inside porch out of the sun. Yeah, good idea. Not that they probably always do that. I'm sure oftentimes they don't listen to instructions. But yeah, you have to be really careful with a lot of things will get damaged if they're left out in the sun or if they're out in the cold. So that's why I've always had the winter thermal label sticker, but I created a summer one as well. The fall and the spring, we don't have to worry so much, but 2 times of the year we do need to worry. Dragonfly is pretty good. You've trained Dragonfly. I don't use Dragonfly enough to have them trained. So sometimes they leave it at one door because the way my house is, there's a front porch, but there's also a side door. So sometimes it goes on the front porch. I used to have that shut off, but I took that down, so they come there. Sometimes they leave it there, and sometimes they leave it at the back. All right. So share your shows and ask your questions. As you can tell, I have no energy right now. I think I'm going to need to take some pills and go have a rest because I feel like something is not good. Big problem is ordering catnip. They leave it on the porch and the neighbor cat gets it. Oh my gosh, Peacock. You should grow your own and put it like on the fence so that at the fence so that the cat only stays right there at the fence and doesn't come over. Angie's this and that says, I'm Angie. I sell this, that, and more, planning jewelry as seen on TV products, and join us for an amazing raid train this Sunday, family fashion raid train. Yes. They're here once a day. Jeez, Donna. Jeez Louise, Donna. You are amazing. Okay. Oh, I do like this raid train name. We are all squirrely here, raid train. That sounds like me. Who is on right now that we can raid? Are there any Canadians on? Because I am not seeing any other than Flash Finds. We've raided into them before. I do not see any other Canadians on. What's up this morning, Canada? FOMO night with Vintiquity Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and of course other shows throughout the week, including raid trains. Yes, everyone, share your shows. Share your shows. Peacock says, I'm Trista. I sell bags of air from Vancouver Island, beach, forest, and mountain scents. She also sells jewelry for peacocks and ostriches and some other animal. Canadian geese, as well as muzzles for roosters, because she has neighborhood roosters. Angie says there's lots of great raid trains nowadays. Yeah, we are all here. There's so many great raid trains. All right, Draz is on, but we went to her the other day, didn't we? Let's see who's on in who else is on in community. Community. If you're not following the community category, do, because there's always great shows on. Oh, you know what? We're going to go into Moody Virgo because she's doing art and Zen, and I think we kind of need that. We need some art and Zen right now. So we're just going to do some mixed media art and chill out because that's kind of my mood right now. So just go in, share your emojis, and then you can go on with your day. I love you guys so much. I will be back on tomorrow morning. Same bad time, same bad channel. You're going to go to Tim's? You're so lucky. What did I say? Moody. Moody Virgo. There she is. Moody Virgo Arts. We're going to go in there. She's got 3 people in the room. Yeah, we'll do for sure. Love you guys so much. Have a great day. And let's just put a whole bunch of emojis in the chat, spam the chat, and say hi to Moody Virgo as she does some art. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.